All right, YouTube, I'm back. First things first, I'm gonna go over Maze Analytics. So if you guys don't care about that, go ahead, skip further in the video. If you do, stick around. All right, so for those of you who do choose to stick around, take a look. 303 subscribers. Absolutely insane. As you guys can see right here, hopefully, wait for it. It's June 9th right now. So we're 9 days into June. This is what we're looking at so far. Insane. I really want to pause and just like focus on that. Like that's crazy, you guys. Earlier me this year would not believe that. If you showed January me that, he'd be like, what the fuck? And so that's insane. 300 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to me, and we're gonna keep pushing. All right, for May, this is what we're looking at. 47,000 views in May. So not exactly what I wanted, but it's all good. That happens. I believe we got 52,000, 53,000 in April. So it's a little bit less, but that's all good. It's for about 2 videos every single day, we're hitting about 50,000 views right around there. So that's awesome. As you guys can see, 56 subs, and then also 76 hours of watch time, which is fantastic. Here was April, just for reference. So yeah, as you guys can tell, it wasn't exactly what I wanted to hit. My goal was 55,000 views, but still insane. 47,000 is nuts. And so what I'm learning is that 2 videos a day gets me about 50K views. And so that's why this month, in June, I've stepped up to 3 videos every single day. So again, so far in June, 15,000 views in 9 days. Fucking nuts. 22 subscribers. Insane, you guys. For those of you who are new, welcome. Sorry I didn't say it at the beginning. Welcome, you guys. The reason I go over this is so that I have this, because I want to track my progress, and I want you guys to see actual proof when I have, however many subscribers I have or whatever it is. I want you guys to go back and see the old videos and see that I didn't always have it figured out, and there was more I had to learn and all that. And so this is proof of that. So for those of you who are like, what's this guy doing? That's what's happening right now. For those of you who care, awesome. For those of you who are like, I don't really care about this, no problem, just skip ahead. But that's why I film this, you guys. That's why I show my analytics. It's also for myself, but it's also for you guys later on. It's like an investment. Speaking of an investment, I got glasses, guys. Take a look at these. So now all of a sudden I look like Daniel. These are blue light blockers, so like, I work a lot at night on my computer. You can kind of see my reflection in there. So I got these, you guys, so that when I'm working at night, I'm not gonna like lose my eyesight, which would be bad. So keeping the eyesight. I also got them from Hills, which is Iman's store. So shout out to him. That's been he's been one of my biggest, not mentors, not the right word, but I've looked up to him for a long time. And part of the reason I started doing YouTube was because of him. So have to support the boy, But yeah, there's that. That's what's been going on, you guys. That's the update for right now. Sorry to start this video in the middle of June. I got sick, I had a fever, which sucked. I think part of the reason is because for multiple nights on end, I was staying up till 5 a.m., not by choice, but because I literally couldn't sleep, because I've just been thinking about YouTube, AI, fucking real estate, fucking the business I'm doing now, everything. It's just all in my mind constantly. It's hard for me to go to bed. So I'm figuring that out, but there were 3 or 4 nights when it was 5 a.m., I think it was 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 2 a.m. or something, and then I got a fever. So trying not to do that because I want to be better, literally and figuratively. So there's that. Also, I forgot the most important part. Video 40, welcome to Bend. 107 views, you guys. That's insane. And that's my goal. The shorts are great. I see the success there. I see the subscribers. But the reason I want the subscribers, the reason I want the views is so that I can get more views on the long form content. Because the short form content's good. I'm not just I don't even know how to say it. It's real. I'm being genuine in those videos. It's not bullshit. But this is the stuff I really want people to see, this long form content. That's what I'm really after. That's why I do the short form stuff, so that you guys can see the long form stuff. And so getting 107 views on a video is nuts. So thank you guys for that. That's insane. Keep running that up, because this is what I want you guys to see. Alrighty, you guys, I'm back. Leaving the grocery store. Wanted to pull out the camera real quick, record. I'm doing an awful job of doing that. Today's my day off. I just worked all day. Just a whole lot of wholesale. That's been the name of the game right now. So that's literally been it. That's been my entire day. I woke up, had some interviews this morning, and then just have been wholesaling the rest of the day. So that sounds really bad, but I wouldn't have it any other way. That's exactly what I want, to be working all the time. That is fulfilling to me, and that excites me. So that's been feeling good of just hey, I get to work all the time. That's been awesome. And one thing that I was noticing, and I wanted to share this with you guys, and I've said this before on this channel, but not with this many followers. That's a big thing for me too right now, is that all of a sudden I have like a substantial following. That's nuts. And so getting adjusted to that, and then it's like, where should I film? Where should I not be filming? That's a whole separate thing. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I get to like work all the time and work towards the things that I genuinely want to accomplish, which is super awesome. And the thing is, there was a time, not all that long ago, like a little bit, like about a year ago, where I had a friend group of people who were good people. Like, these weren't bad people, they weren't mean, it wasn't anything like that, but they weren't the right people for me. And that's what I really want you guys to understand, is that if you're someone and you're in a position right now where you have a group of people, and maybe they're great people, but they don't quite get you, it's okay to let those people go. Doesn't mean be an asshole, but it does mean like switch your environment, because sometimes your environment is what's keeping you stuck in the same place. And that's what was happening for me, is I had these goals, I had these dreams. I'm like, oh, I want to get a larger following on YouTube, I want to be successful financially, I want to do this, that, and the other thing, but the people I'm surrounding myself with aren't doing that. And so then it makes it really, really difficult to be like that one dude, because the other people are kind of pulling you back. Whether they mean to be or not, that's kind of what happens. And so when I switched that environment, for a long time it was just myself, but, I mean, me and Daniel, obviously, but after I switched it, now it's like, okay, I'm actually seeing the results I want to be seeing. And part of it's putting in the work, but the other part of it is that the people around me are also encouraging me to put in that work. And then also, you guys, like, I thought I was fucking crazy. I was like, why am I so different than everyone else who's around me? Like, what the fuck's wrong with Daniel? We're just different. Like, why is that? The thing is, there are other people who are also like you. You just have to go out and you have to find those people. But in order to find them, you gotta put yourself out there. That's one of the hardest parts. But then once that's done, the rest of it falls into place. And then that's where you actually like find the people who are like you, which is super awesome. And then you grow more. But you gotta let go of those people in the past who aren't serving that. Again, it doesn't mean that they're bad people, right? Like, there was a whole bunch of people in September of last year who was like, whether it was by choice or by circumstance, there were a lot of people who I'm no longer in contact with. And I wish these people the best, you know, I hope they're doing well. But it was the majority of these people was like, they just aren't like me. Like, as an ambitious person, it's really fucking difficult now for me, and this is something I'm struggling with right now, to deal with people who aren't as driven as I am, right? Because, like, I kind of only think about work. And to the other people who are like me, who also kind of only think about work, that's great. Because now we have a lot in common, and now we can really like connect about how we all only think about work and how we're gonna work, and then I'm gonna do this. Oh, that's really cool, I didn't think of that, maybe I should try that, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the idea. But if you're not like that, and you don't just think about work, then you're like, dang, this guy sucks. All he does is work, which is totally understandable. But if you're not like that, then it's really hard to connect with those people, and vice versa, right? I see people, like, the World Cup's happening right now, and if you're into soccer, that's fantastic, enjoy it. But for me, I don't care. It's like, okay, great, my mom's not retired. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Let me go watch a soccer game that really doesn't matter. How does that help me towards my goals? It doesn't. So why am I doing it? That's my mindset around it. Again, if you enjoy soccer, great, enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with soccer. It's just like, that's so not for me. And so then it's like, when you have an environment of people who also are like that, it's great. But if you don't, then it's like, they hold you back, and again, they don't mean to. And it's like, that's the biggest thing. And that's why it's difficult, is because these people, they're not trying to hold you back from anything. They want you to see success most of the time. But it's also like, they're gonna do what they want to do, right? Which is watch a soccer game or do whatever the fuck, go drink, party, whatever. That's fine. They get to enjoy that. But if you don't want to do that, then it's like you kind of get dragged places you don't want to be. Whether it's a party, maybe you're not even drinking. Maybe you end up going to the party because your friends are there, you know, and then an hour goes by, now you've wasted an hour at a party that you don't really care about. You see my point? So sorry to ramble for 10 years. My point is, you guys, if you have that situation, like, it's okay to make that jump and let those people go. And again, you don't even have to let them go. Maybe it's like you spend more time with yourself, or you have a different group of friends that are more like you, and, you know, you stay connected. One of my best friends in the entire world, he's doing the whole college, like 4 years of college, paid $200,000. Like, that's so not me, but it's like, we're able to stay connected. We're able to have really good conversations about that, and that's why we're close. But that isn't the case for everyone, at least for me. But it could look different for you guys. But keep in mind that these people ultimately hold you back, and you will hold them back, and you guys don't mean to, but that's kind of what happens. And so every once in a while, go for it, but really, like, don't be afraid to make that jump, because I was so scared to make the jump. And then when I finally did, I was like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? Now I'm surrounded by people who are not only like me, but are further along in the process and I can learn from. And the information they're providing me with is genuinely good information that I want to know and I actually care about. And like, that makes the relationship feel entirely different. Also, it's like, now I get to see the success, right? Now that I've made that switch, it sucked, it was painful. But now that I've done that, I'm able to see the success that I wanted to see. And that's because I've surrounded myself with a different crew. And like, right now, currently, I'm sitting at 315 subscribers. I was posting 3 videos a day. I'm going to go down to 2 videos a day because I just cannot keep up with it with the amount of work I'm doing for the other business. And so it's like, you know, making some changes there, making some adjustments. But it's like, what a blessing to have so much fucking work that now it's like, I'm like picking and choosing what I should get rid of and like making adjustments to it because there's so much. Like that's such a blessing, you guys. So I've been appreciating that. And appreciating the people who I am surrounded by and not taking it for granted, you know? And it's this weird line of like appreciating those people, knowing I could go off and I could do it on my own. I can figure my own shit out for myself and like knowing like I fucking got that, but also being able to be like, great, I have this crew and that's fantastic and I'm going to capitalize on that. And I get to learn from these people and they get to learn from me and we get to grow together towards the goals that we both like already have. And that's super cool. Also, I know I just mentioned this, kind of a blessing and a curse. Now I can say this in the comments, you guys, because I have enough people to maybe actually get some comments. In the comments, if you guys have a strategy about being able to turn your brain off to go to sleep, please tell me. Because I've just been up till like 5 a.m. most nights. I know if I get on my computer, I'll stay up all night, so I haven't been doing that. But I lay there and I think about the work that I could be doing. I think about my goals. I think about how I can get there quicker, what needs to be changed, deal assessment, fucking sales, everything. And so if you guys have a way to like turn off your brain to go to bed, let me know because I could use that. That would be really helpful. So drop a comment. All right, guys, I'm back. I wanted to talk today about money. For people who've been watching the videos for a while, you guys know I used to work at a fast food joint. I was a supervisor there and I liked the people. The job wasn't too bad, but the pay was just awful. I would make about $700 every 2 weeks, if that. And yesterday was my highest, or new PR when it comes to how much money I've ever made in a day. And I don't talk too much about this on YouTube because it's like, I don't want to just brag on here, but I feel like this is important, so I'm going to share this with you guys. Yesterday I made $700. That's the most amount of money I've ever made in a single day. And the crazy thing is, like, I used to make that in 2 weeks, and then I just made that in a day. And the older I get, and the more I get into things like sales, or just, you know, the entrepreneurship side of things, the more I'm realizing, like, it's kind of a fucking joke. Like, I was working my ass off at this burger joint, and I wasn't making shit. And then it's like, dang, I just made that in a day. What? Like, I was doing 14-hour fucking days, and then showering at the gym after. Like, that's what I was doing. And then it's like, dang, I hang out for 6 hours and make $700. That's more than $100 an hour. That's insane. That's insane. Of course, you know, with sales, there's days where you're gonna roll it. You're gonna hit a zero. You're not gonna sell anything that day. But it's like, if I can fucking make $700 in a day, and that's like the new PR, like you just go up from there. And you know, I have friends who, you know, make $30K a month plus, and it's like, that's $1,000 a day, right? Just, I wanted to share that with you guys. Just thinking about that, like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I used to work for 2 weeks. Like, it was about, I think it was 5 days a week, so about 10 days. And I would work my fucking ass off doing, you know, anywhere from 7 to 14 hours. And the fact that I just made $700 in 6 hours is insane. And yeah, of course, you know, that's a great accomplishment, and I want more, obviously, but it's just like,
fucking wild. I wanted to share that. I think that's fucking wild. And after, you know, meeting some people who are millionaires and make thousands and thousands of dollars every month, I can't really go back to that like 9 to 5. Like I'm stuck in this now. Now I'm like, fuck. Because I'll always, you know, remember that one time I made $700 in a single day and be like, fuck, I can't work 2 weeks for that pay. Like it's just not, I can't do that again. So there's that, you guys. I'm on my day off right now. I'm driving to get a little bit of food. I just hit the gym. I did some shoulders and some chest today, so I'll throw those clips in at some point, probably in the next video. I just found out I'm probably going to be going to Seattle at the end of this month, so I will most likely be making a little video on that. A lot of work, but I love it, and I'm seeing the progress in real time, and I'm developing individuals who I genuinely think could be successful, and I get to guide people through that, and that's fucking awesome, and that's what I want, and that's the whole point of YouTube. So that's been super cool to see in person and be able to do, and then also be able to get paid way better in the process. So super exciting. That's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I know it's a shorter video. Trying to do the best I can with these guys, because this is the content I actually want you guys to see. You know, if you guys see the shorts, that's great, but that's not what I'm after. I'm after you guys seeing the long form content. So that's what we're doing. But more to come. Daniel's probably gonna drive up here in not too long, so he'll show up and there'll be more soon. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.